So in this video, I'm going to cover how we scaled a business from 350K to 1.5 million in 90 days. I'm going to show you the complete campaign breakdown. Okay, I've done this many times. I've generated over 10,000 qualified leads for multiple different businesses, 150 plus businesses over 9 different countries to be exact. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably here for one of two, maybe three reasons. Number one, you want to get more leads. Number two, you want to learn how to do AI automation or how to sell this to businesses. Or number three, you just want to spy on me and see what tech stack that I'm using currently and what actually works in the market. Regardless, either one is fine. I'm going to give you the exact breakdown of everything so you can see exactly what we do and how do we do it. So before I get into the sexy results, and I will show you guys some of the sexy results that we've gotten. So as you can see here, this was over a 3-month period. We got this client 197 leads submitted, and from that, it's where he generated the 1.5 million. Now, before we get into that, I just want to show you guys a little bit of how we actually generate. How do I make this a bit smaller? Like that. How we actually generate the leads and what we actually do for businesses that work for us. So this is a list of all the clients who have engaged in our services. Obviously, I'll blur some of them out that I can't actually have here. But regardless, this is what we actually do for clients. So I'm going to show you step by step what is the difference between a winning ad campaign and a shitty ad campaign. And it's not actually anything got to do with the ads manager, which is what you're probably waiting for. Sorry to break it to you, my brother. Ads is very, very stupidly human. So we are going to treat it like humans, okay? So let's jump inside his account here. So this is the same account that we're running for the company that generated 1.5 million. And inside of here, we have our Notion board, which has their command center, which shows them how to use this Notion board, how to navigate around it. Okay, very simple. And if we go back, we have the company overview, we have the social media strategy, we have all the Canva templates that we make for them. So if we just click on one of these, it'll open up to the Canva template and it'll show you exactly what you're going to get, basically. And what's really good about this is we actually get the clients to build it themselves so they can see and change and very easily build the content because we've given them the template. What we actually also do is we build them a custom RAG, which is a custom AI bot, which allows them to actually just grab the photos that they took on site, whether it's with their phone or with a photographer, put it into the RAG, and because the RAG, the chatbot knows exactly everything about the business, they can just generate their work super easy and generate their content. Micromagnets, lead flow, and then delivery box, which is everything that we're going to deliver to the client. And just to show you that it's not a one-off, we literally do this for every single freaking client. The reason why we do this is very, very simple, okay? We are all humans, and we need to treat people like humans. If you don't know everything about the business, and you don't know what they do, and who their target audience is, and how much money is inside that market, where they are spending the money, what is the issues, why are they spending money, why are they scared to spend money, why don't they want to spend money, who are they spending money with, who is their competitors. If you don't know all of the answers to these questions, then you cannot literally understand anything about creating the ads. That's the reality. You need to know the customer so good that you can literally put yourself in their shoes and be able to sell anything. And this is how you're going to win majority of your clients, by the way. If you're an agency or a creator or a founder, or you want to get into AI, ask the questions that people don't ask about. Don't just ask for their credit card details so that you can jump into their ad account and make some shitty ads that say, hey, we build decks. Nobody gives a shit, bro. Nobody gives a shit. I'll tell you that right now. You need to dive into the head of the customer. I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. But what I highly recommend is use Notion, because that's what we use, and we pair it up with a system called Perplexity and Comet, and it allows you to literally scrape so much stuff off the internet for the brand. So let's take, for example, let's just say we want to, I'll pick a random company for the sake of the example. So let's say we want to carpenter near me. Joinery Masters. Okay, let's see these guys. By the way, I'm going to have a prompt kit at the bottom of this video to show you what prompts I use for you to be able to generate such good results, so that you know exactly what you should do and how you should set up your RAG, how you should set up your system, so that way you can go through and start doing this for yourself, or start doing this for other businesses if you're a freelancer and you want to get paid. Whatever it is, the option's there. But I highly suggest you follow this system because you see the results. And I'll show you the ad creatives in a second, okay? Just want to make sure we're on the same pages here. So let's grab this guy's URL. And then we're going to head back over to here. We'll just paste it in there. What we can also do is jump into our assistant here and we can say, scrape this website for all the relevant services, keywords, and anything else that may be useful when running ads. We also need you to create a SWOT analysis. We get that one going. Then on the other side, we jump on here and we say, tell me what competitors are inside the market for this company, plus TAM, plus I want to know who is dominating their local area and why, The main focus here is CA. So focus on generating real data and high intent traffic solutions. Now, long story short, all of this here is going to literally be there for us to take it all and put it into our Notion AI, and then from the Notion AI we can follow the blueprint, which I've got attached down the bottom of this video, and you can get it to build out the whole system for you, just like we've done it for ourselves. And now, and only now, do you have the ammunition to build out the videos or to build out the content that you need. Once you've loaded up all of this into Notion and you follow the exact playbook that we have set up, you're going to go inside here and you're going to go into the client dashboard that you set up. From there, very, very simple. Okay, you can go through and you can start generating all of the social media stuff that you need, and all of the scripts and all of the content that you need based on all of the data and results and the pain points and the ideal customer profile that we're going to create based on the research that we have. Best way to sell something to someone is to know exactly what keeps them up at night and what exactly pisses them off and what they need to survive, or what they really, really can't live without. That's the best way. So rather than me say, hey, we can upgrade your decking, shittiest ad ever. And the sad thing is, when I go on and I look at other competitors' ads, I literally see like a photo of a tradesman and like he's got his arms crossed like this, and it's like, local decking expert near me. But you know how shit that ad is? Would you click on that? Because genuinely I wouldn't. And if I go on to any other app like 4Play or anything like this, right? Let's say if I go on to, let me move this out of the way. Hope this is the one. 4Play, here we go. If I go into 4Play, which is a very good app that we use to stalk our competitors' ads, and I type in anything like decking expert or whatever, I guarantee you I'll find a video or a photo like this where someone's just like arms crossed. So trash. It's so much better to have the actual pain points of why people do or don't want to engage in your service and what's pissing them off, and how to understand, decking, and how to understand to get inside their head, and then that way you'll be able to make much, much better ads. Okay, so you can see here, pretty generic shit ads so far. I haven't really seen any videos or given any of them a shot, but it's just not clickbaity enough. It definitely looks like an ad, 10% off decking. Yeah, well, that's great. The deck's ridiculously priced, probably 60, 70K. 10% off is like $6,000, so it's not amazing, right? Like this is, you have to think from the end user. Is this something that will grab my attention? You know, the internet right now, it's so cracked up, it's so juiced up, so much dopamine there. You need things that's going to grab their attention. Before I show you guys what it actually looks like, the system, I want to show you another thing. And by the way, I'm literally revealing all my secrets here. That's why I'm going all over the place. So take notes, do what you will. There'll be something down in the bottom for you to download, which summarizes this whole thing. But in the meantime, I want to show you guys the real source of how I do it. So let's say we're looking at Sydney area. So Sydney decking, let's try Reddit. Average price per square meter. So you can go through on places like Reddit, places like Quora, places like Facebook groups, and you can see all of the main things that people are searching around that industry. And you want to compile that all into your Notion, into your Perplexity, into your RAG, and you can very, very easily go through and get Notion or get Perplexity to do the work for you. So even if I go back to Comet over here, I say, find me threads on Reddit, Quora, etc. on what people are saying about Sydney decking, such as, let's go back here, etc. It's going to generate all the pain points. It's going to generate everything that people are worried about. And then that is how you build your ad creatives. That is how you build your ads. It's like, I think one of the best ads that we made with this client of ours is literally, it was talking about like, are you sick of not having a home entertaining area for your family this summer? Or I think another one was like, does your home feel like it did when you first bought it? Does it feel like your forever home? And we start off with a question. Most people say, hey, I'm Ahmed from Big Nuts Carpentry. I specialize in big decks, and give me a call if you're interested. No one cares, Big Nuts. Genuinely, no one cares. All right? We want to find the people who actually think with their emotion, because that's where people will buy. And by the way, 9 times out of 10, it's the girl making the decision. So if old Big Nuts over here can't get Johnny's wife to pay the bills, she's probably not going to want to spend 30 to 40K, because she's going to tell Johnny, why would we get a new deck when we can just go on a holiday? No, it's not good for us. We need Johnny to spend his money, okay? Now, getting back on track. First things first, research. Second thing is set up the Notion and Perplexity to do all the work for you. I will have the link in the description for everything for you there. Third thing is load it up with as much pain points, as much issues as you have, so that way you can use this ammunition for your ads, okay? Then inside of your ads manager, very, very simple. I'm going to show you guys the back end of the ads manager. So it's very, very simple for you to understand. So we're running a CBO, which is a campaign budget. So what is essentially happening here is Meta is choosing what is the best ad here out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 10, let's say 10 ads. And it's spending money on the best ads that work well, okay? So if, whatever, one specific ad is working better than the next, it's going to spend more money there rather than us trying to choose which campaign works best. And by the way, after the Andromeda update, it is so easy to run meta ads these days. The source is not in the ad campaign. It's really not, because Andromeda does everything. If you have basic skills, or if you watch my YouTube videos, you know how to run ads. The source is in the psychology and understanding how to win the clients and know the systems and know the funnels and know what pixels to install to make sure we can track everything, which I'm not going to show you in this video because it's a little bit too lengthy, but you can see here, this ad is absolutely crushing. It's like doing 102, oh, it's done 102, or this one's doing okay as well, it's done 73. For the privacy of this client, I can't actually show you the ad. I'm just telling you guys the logic, and a lot of these numbers I will have to blur out, including his ad account details, whatever. But again, logic still stands. RAG, Perplexity, research and development, social groups, Quora, Reddit, whatever. Build the painful points, put it inside a CBO, which is a campaign budget optimization, where it spends specifically what you want. Yes, of course, choose the area. Let's go back into the ads level so I can show you guys exactly what it looks like. So you can see in here, CBO, 35 a day budget, which is very small. We can easily ramp this up to 50 to 100 a day. We've set some local areas so that way it doesn't go all the way out to, you know, places that are really far and is not servicing. Set the age limit. Detailed targeting, specific on what we're actually doing. So outdoor entertainment, kitchens, renovations, basically construction related stuff, which you can also get AI to help you with finding these. What I do like to do is turn Advantage Plus off, to be honest with you, because Advantage Plus literally sucks and it is horrible, and I don't need to go into detail for it because it just sucks so much that it's not even worth my breath. Okay, that's it, nothing crazy. Run them to an instant form, then this is where things get juicy. Okay, once they collect the information on the instant form, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned in this video or in the previous video, but only 3% of the market is ready to buy at one time. There's never 100% of people that are going to walk in with their wallet and say, yeah, let me buy from this guy. Just not going to happen. Okay, only 3% are ready to buy. So our job as marketers is to make them swallow so much information of ours so that they can literally focus on going from that very small market size of 3% to being able to target 100%. Now, 100% is not always going to want to do business with you, because some people are laying in bed, some people are freaking scratching their nuts while they're clicking the form, some people are just inquiring to waste time, some people might be your competitors. You know, that's the reality, that's what we're dealing with. So that's why we say only a very small is ready to buy. So our job as marketers is to attack that whole 100% and make them either qualified now or qualified later. And that's where good marketing comes in. Taking someone from slightly interested to buy to I want to buy. And if you're an amazing marketer, you take a click to interest to buy. Okay, and that's where the goal is, getting someone to actually click and turn into a customer. Now, how do we do this? We do this by using one of my favorite little tools, which is, where is it? Is it over here? By using this bad boy, okay? This is what we call Go High Level. I'm sure many of you people know this. If you don't know this, get acquainted with it, because this is what has turned our demon into literally making us millions of dollars, okay? Millions of dollars. So what we decide, and this is what we also decide when we speak with the client, and you know, obviously it's different for every single client, but let's take this one for example. We can see his automation pipeline, what we want it to actually look like. He wants it to be a new lead into an inquiry form, book a call, then he's going to decide manually, you know, whether it's a design consult, a quote, a pre-engagement pack, whether he wants them to pay or not, etc. You see the point. But if this was a chiropractor, for example, or if this was, let's take Parkonic, for example, this parking company in the UAE, their initial workflow is going to be a little bit different because, for example, these guys do parking. So they're not actually looking to convert anything right now. They're looking to get app downloads, which is what the metric we were trying to track with them. That was our KPI. So us grabbing them is going to have different stages. Why am I telling you this? Why is this important? This is important because each different step has a different thing that we need them to do. So once we've built everything out inside of here, and again, if you want a more advanced video on how to set it up, comment down below and I'll walk you through exactly how to set up the pipelines and everything inside High Level. But essentially what happens here is every different stage has a different, how do I say it, a different activity that we want them to do. So let's take these guys into two different pools right now. We have one of them is a carpentry guy, or a decking guy, and we have one of them that is a parking company. One wants app downloads, one wants sales, okay? So if we take someone who is here, let's go back to, oh, 1 second. So if we take someone who is booking a call or who just calls directly straight away, he's going to get treated differently to someone who has filled in an in-depth inquiry form versus someone who has a consult payment done versus someone who's completed a consult fully versus someone who is looking to download an app. Maybe they came from TikTok, maybe they came from Instagram, maybe they came from Google, maybe they came through our website. Different people in different stages need to be spoken differently. That is how you know what exactly is going to drive a conversion, whether it's an app download, whether it's a sale, whether it's a quote, whatever it is. That is how you're going to identify. Because let's take, for example, I am just shopping around for prices and I'm filling in the inquiry form, and I go to fill in the inquiry form, and then my baby starts crying in the next room and I forget about it, and then I walk off and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell, my baby. Then I come back and I never do the inquiry form. 95% of builders will let that go. Gone forever. Seriously. And the beautiful thing about this is when we have the inquiry form stage, we can set up multiple triggers to make it something like, hey, we seen you clicked the form, but you didn't do it. I see you got busy. Don't forget us, fill it out. Great. That's how we set up that automation. Versus someone who's consult paid and the consult's complete, maybe there's like a 2-week delay while they do the designs. We're not going to do their head in after that. We're not going to hit them up 24/7. Another example is, let's talk about someone who, for example, is downloading that parking app. So these guys, they are looking to generate more app downloads. And if we look at their proposal or what we expect to do with them, what is actually happening with them is that they don't have the right messaging. So they're going to have to test a whole bunch of different angles and work out how to get people to download their app. So for us, when we go to use high level to bring them in and to keep them nurtured, it's going to be a whole different system, because we need to know where they came from and what fruit or what carrot we can dangle in front of them to get their attention. So let's say someone comes from Instagram on an ad that says, if you download the app, you'll get 30% off, or you get a $50 voucher, for example. That's great. We need to give them the right information from there. Let's say it came from a TikTok where a girl posted a TikTok and said 5 essential apps that you need when you visit the UAE. Completely different system. Okay, we need to know where things are identified from, where things are coming from. So for us to generate such amazing results, which resulted in $1.5 million in just 90 days, I'm sorry to break it to you guys, there is no fucking magic button that you're going to press inside the ad account. It only comes with real work, research, Perplexity and Notion, find their pain points, build the ads, set up the high level, let them get nurtured, treat every single customer that comes through that high level pipeline as a real human, and let the appointment setter, let the business, let the sales team actually do their job. So if you want a more detailed description or more detailed breakdown of this, of how I do every single individual step, I can do that, but I'm not going to do that unless this video gets 1,000 or 2,000 likes, or at least like 50 likes or something like this, because honestly, I'm not going to make it for no reason. The toolkit is going to be in the description, so make sure you download that. And if you have any feedback, you can let me know down below. As always, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, happy hustling, boys. Take care.